In today's video, we're going to be discussing the second round of stimulus checks and how you could potentially be eligible to receive additional stimulus money from your state or local government. Hey everyone, this is Matt. Welcome back to another Blind to Billionaire video. Today is Monday, June 8th, and I'm joined by my wife, Corey.
Hi.
But before we get into it, I just want to say, hey, we've been looking through the analytics on these videos, and it looks like 91% of you watching these videos are not even subscribed. So if you're interested, we would love it if you hit the subscribe button. So thank you so much. But we want to get into some exciting news that's just released as of today. And this could be getting you additional benefits like stimulus money during this time, because we know everybody really needs some help right now. But let's get right into it. So as of today, in Orange County, Florida, you can apply to get an additional $1,000 per household, not per individual, but per household, if you meet some general, like really easy criteria. And that is, you need to be a resident of Orange County, Florida. You need to either own or rent, either one, it doesn't matter. You need to be a United States citizen. And last criteria is you need to be like negatively impacted by coronavirus. But let's be honest, basically everybody is. So,
I'm going to clarify that just in case you do live in Orange County. You or another adult in your household had to have lost a job or had hours reduced as a result of COVID-19.
Right. I was going to say that, but
okay, sorry.
That's fine.
Just because you said impact, and it's like, well, yeah, but you have to have like lost a job.
I was going to talk about the job. So yeah, if you've lost your job or your hours have been significantly reduced as a result of COVID, you could potentially be eligible for this, and you can start submitting applications as of today, Monday, June 8th. So this is really exciting. And one thing I want to say about this too is, so Orange County, Florida is the first county to kind of announce like, hey, this is what we're doing with our stimulus money that the government has given us. But I have to say, so Orange County is kind of the pioneer right now. I would have to anticipate that many other states, counties, and cities will probably be implementing something similar to this. But of course, everybody is going to have something different, but we'll talk about that next year.
Yeah, so basically how it works is that the CARES Act, which is the act that gave the stimulus package, the first stimulus package, they also sent billions of dollars to states and local governments in the form of kind of a coronavirus relief fund. And it's up to the local state agencies and local governments to decide like how are they gonna spend this money. So Orange County, Florida went that route. I know Jacksonville, Florida did a different route where they also gave $1,000 per household, but there were certain like more specific requirements. Mm-hmm. But in other states and local governments, what they're doing is they might have hazard pay for essential workers who have to work right now. They might have technology expenses, care for homeless, food delivery services, and rental assistance support. So your government might be doing something slightly different, but if you want to find out like what is my government doing, you can type in like how is someplace in Massachusetts using their stimulus money, or how are they using their coronavirus relief fund money. Mm-hmm. So there's different ways you can find that out by like a quick Google search. Also in your local paper, it will probably say that information because they want you to know what they're doing with the money. Mm-hmm. And every place is doing things a little different. Yeah. The other thing we wanted to kind of say about that quick is that this is from the coronavirus relief fund money, but also there's different agencies everywhere that are offering certain relief packages. So, or not relief packages, but different like price cuts or different things that they're doing for like because of this whole like economic situation.
And when she says different agencies, she's talking about like utilities, maybe your gas, maybe your electric, maybe just different services that you would get. I mean, I even had emails from I think our internet provider saying something like, I don't know, something about like postpone payments or discounts or something, whatever it was. But it's like, okay, even the internet providers are possibly offering something. So just be aware of that. I also want to mention one more thing. I would do, if you're searching on Google, search not only your state, so search like in Google, maybe like, let's say you live in Illinois, type in like Illinois stimulus payment or something like that. And then maybe not only at the state level, but also check on your county level and your city level, because maybe the state's not offering something, but maybe your county is. Maybe your county's not offering something, but maybe your city is. So check on all three of those levels because they could be offering something very different. Maybe all three could be offering something, maybe just one of them.
I think that's a really great idea. And the other thing that I would say is, let's say that you're having a hard time paying your electric bill right now. I would call your electric company and say, because of the COVID-19 or because of the coronavirus situation, I'm having a hard time paying my bill this month. And they might have a grant for people in that situation that isn't like automatic. So like, I think for my car insurance, I think we got a discount from like our car insurance carrier that we didn't have to ask for. But you might have to ask for things and see if there's something that's like a non-payable or like a loan that you don't have to pay back or some kind of help like that.
From my experience, in many cases, from what I've been finding, is you typically don't even need to ask. I've called our electrical service just to pay our bills, and there's an automated system. Almost anybody you call these days, there's an automated system saying something about the coronavirus and if you need assistance. So basically call anyone, and there's like an automated system where they have prompts where you can call for like assistance. So it's already built into a lot of these places that I've experienced anyway.
So if you're having trouble, call and get some information that way versus just like not paying a bill. Try and call and see if they have something in place that might help you down the road. So we wanted to bring that up. The next thing we wanted to talk about was it's a new thing from the irs.gov, and it's basically saying that if you're somebody who is low income but not necessarily receiving. So if you're somebody who's low income, like under $24,400 a year for a married couple, or $12,200 for a single person, if that's how much you make or less in a year, you do not usually file taxes, and you don't receive SSA, Social Security, SSI, SSDI, veterans, anything like that, then you aren't in the system really to get a stimulus check because they don't have your information because you don't file taxes and you don't receive SSA. So what they're saying is that you should use that non-filers tool to get your stimulus check, and you should do that by October 15th. So Matt, do you want to kind of clarify that?
Yeah, and the numbers that Corey's gave, the $24,400 for a married couple, that's just the standard deduction. So the reason it's that number is because if you earn as a married couple $24,400, you just apply your standard deduction. Well, then your income is zero. So that's why you wouldn't file. If you're single, it's $12,200. Again, it's the standard deduction. So if you're one of those people who does not file a tax return and you do not receive any monthly benefits like Corey was saying, Social Security, SSI, anything like that, you can just go onto the IRS website, fill out the non-filer tool, then you'll be in their system. Because as of right now, if you don't file a tax return or you don't receive any of those monthly benefits like we were just discussing, essentially the IRS doesn't know you exist. So in order to get your stimulus, they need to know like, hey, you're a living, breathing person and you need the money. You're eligible. It's just they don't know that you're out there. So you need to give them your information and then you would be eligible to get that check. I've had people ask too, do you need to be working in order to receive the stimulus? No, you don't. You don't need to be working. You can be unemployed. You can not be working for the last 20 years. It doesn't matter.
$0.
You can make $0 and you're still eligible. Of course, there's other stipulations and eligibility requirements, but for the most part, generally to answer that question, yes, you can still get the money even if you do not work.
So I just want to give a quick example of this that has come up a number of times. It might be like, I don't work, but my spouse receives SSDI. And he has gotten his stimulus check and I haven't.
Well, and the kicker is, and we do not file taxes.
We don't file taxes, and we're both U.S. citizens. Why haven't I gotten my stimulus yet? Well, it's because, again, like we just kind of laid out, the government doesn't really know that you exist on paper from a money standpoint like that. So you should use that non-filer tool. That's what it's for.
It's right on the IRS website, irs.gov, and there's just right there on the main page. It's like the non-filer tool. Fill that out. But yeah, just follow the prompts right on there.
Okay, last thing we want to cover is the second stimulus.
Yeah, so second stimulus check, we've been talking about that a little bit. Again, it's still a proposal in the Senate right now. It already passed the House, so it needs to go through the Senate. But the deal is they're kind of waiting it out to check out the economic numbers, to see how this whole thing impacts everybody, and to see how and what happens with the first stimulus, which we recognize not everybody has received it yet. But they want to kind of just wait and see on this thing. So from what the resources we're finding, is it looks like they're not going to be maybe discussing or even voting on this thing until like late June, early July. So There's not a whole lot of developments on it right now, but we just know that, in the next 4 or 5-ish weeks or so, they should be discussing it more in detail, and hopefully we'll get some kind of vote out of the Senate. But as of right now, they're just proposing an additional $1,200 stimulus check for everybody, basically, even dependents, which is awesome because that was not included before. And if you were missed on the first check, they're talking about retroactive pay for those of you who were missed on the first round. So that's about the information we have as of now on the second stimulus check. Of course, we will keep you updated with more information as we get it, because we're excited and because we know that all of you need the money. I mean, everybody needs the money. It's tough out there. It's really tough out there. So that's just the information we have at this point. But we hope this information is really helpful for you. If you're still watching this, again, we'd hope that you subscribe, and I don't know.
Yeah, we just love having you here.
We love
reading your comments. We love you being part of this community. So thank you so
really
much.
Cool. Have a great day, everybody. I'll catch you soon. Probably
Bye.
tomorrow. See ya.